Hello, Lions. Welcome to your Food Science Genius Hour Project video helper. So this video is going to be in your Canvas, but you can also access it by going to readylibrary.com and clicking on the Genius Hour information right here. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to wait for it to load. This video will be linked down here, right here, and embedded down here. But for now, I'm going to click on this click here, which will take me into the Mac and Via group for this project. So you'll know you're in the right place because it says CTE Food Science Genius Hour Project. You're going to want to log into Mac and Via with Reedy as your school, your 6-digit student ID as your login, and your 8-digit birthday as your password. This video will also be in here for you to use. So up here, this is your assignment sheet that your teacher has put together for you. It has all of your assignment information about what is a Genius Hour and all of the things that they want you to do. In addition to that, your teacher may be having you do these research notes. So these are going to be available in your Canvas course, so you shouldn't have to do anything, but they're also here. And essentially what you're going to be doing is working through these notes and adding the things that so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click use template, and I'm going to make a copy of this as if I'm doing this like y'all are going to be doing it. There is an APA works cited sheet here, but if you're using the notes page, then you will just put your references in your notes page, and then I'll show you how to put them in down here. All right, so up here in your Mac and Via group, we have quite a few things for you to use. Your teacher has provided these websites right here. So these 3 websites are websites that your teacher wants you to use. And then there are a few ebooks in here that you can opt to use, but you don't have to use them. And then there's also some resources from Frisco ISD that we also want to encourage you to use. If you're just going out and finding things on Google, that is not necessarily what we want you to do for this assignment. What we want you to do is use the resources within this Mac and Via group for the research on your food topic. So you are going to be coming up with your topic, and you're going to put it in here. So let's just say that your topic is, I don't know what the topics are. Let's see. Let's go back to the assignment sheet. So I'm going to open up the assignment sheet, and let's see. So you're going to be coming up with a topic that is going to pertain to food science. Feeding a family, scratch cooked meals on a budget, making homemade versions of popular convenience foods, feeding picky eaters. Okay, so let's just say I'm going to do I'm going to do cake decorating. Okay, so let's just make that my topic. So what I might do is I might start with these 3 websites that my teacher has provided if I want to, but I'm going to start right here with, and I'm going to open up this Britannica school here, because this is an online encyclopedia, so it's kind of like Wikipedia, but it's much better, and it's made by people that are really, really smart. So I don't have to worry about like people going in and changing it and making it stuff that shouldn't be in there, because this is much better than Wikipedia. So I'm going to click on this, and I am going to put in here cake. I'm just going to put, let's see. Yep, I'm just going to put cake in here. So even though my topic is cake decorating, I'm going to be able to find things under cake as well. So I'm going to type over here in my notes, cake decorating. And then over here, I'm going to put cake. I'm going to put baking, bakers, uh, pastry chef. And then as I find other terms as I'm going along, I might want to put those in here as well. But let's say my driving question is something along the lines of how can how do cake decorators learn their art? All right. So over here, I might want to put a little bit about like what are cakes, what is the history of cakes. This might be important information. So let's just say that I want to, let's say that I want to use this information in this article. So I'm going to click on Cite right here, and your teacher wants you to use APA. So I'm just going to make sure that says APA. I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to put that over here, and I'm going to say this is my first source citation. So I'm going to plop that in there, and actually I'm going to go Control Shift V like that. So now here's my first source citation. So if I wanted to take information, I would copy and paste direct quotes from this. So there, I'm done with that. So let's say I wanted to put some version of this information right here. So I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it over here. So this one helps me know that this is a direct quote from this source. This is what they said. And so now I can put in my own words some information about this quote so that I'm not copying pasting this direct quote into my project. This keeps me from plagiarizing. And it also shows my teacher, here's one of my sources that I use, and here's all the information I got from that source. All right, so that is that source. So now I'm going to go and just show you a few others. So let's say I want to do this one right here. So this is another one that I might be able to get some information about. So I'm going to do cake, and there's cake decorating. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm just going to see. And this one I might want to do several different, several different searches in here to see different things that are available to me. So you'll notice here there's some images, there's some magazine articles, there's some news articles. So I'm going to click on magazine, and I'm going to see what this says. First steps in cake decorating, cake decorating, cake decorating with fondant, cake decorating, picture yourself decorating cakes, cake and cookie decorating, celebration cakes. So this is great. So it looks like, let's say I want to use this one right here. Okay. So I'm going to click on it. And what I'm going to do is, let's say I find some really great information in here as well that I want to use. So you'll notice up here at the top, here is the Cite button. So I'm going to click Cite, and I'm going to choose APA, and then I'm going to copy and paste this information right here into my notes. So this would be my next source citation. So I'm going to put that there. And then let's say I want to use, this information right here. Okay, so I'm going to put this into my notes over here as my direct quote. And then again, I'm going to take this information and paraphrase it into these two columns so that I'm not just taking this information directly and copying and pasting it into my project. So you could do this for any and all of the resources in those types of databases. So the science one is here, health and wellness, high school. All three of these are going to look very similar. So let's say now I want to have some images. I'm going to click on this image quest one. Maybe I need some images for my project. And then let's pretend like I've filled in all my notes and have all my sources. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this information here that I have in the source citation box, and I'm just going to copy and paste it down here into my references. Now this particular page right here, this is an example citation, so I'm just going to delete that out. Boop. And I'm going to put my source citations in here. So I have that one, and then I also have this one. So I'm going to copy and paste that, and I'm going to move it down here too. And so, oops. And so I'm going to enter. There we go. And so now I've got, and let's say I put all those there. So now I'm going in and I'm finding some images. Okay. So I'm just going to type in cake and see what happens. I'm going to do cake decorating, see what happens here. So it looks like there's quite a few photos that I can use for this. So let's say I'm like, okay, let's see. Ooh, this is a good one. I want to use this one. So I would click on this, and I'm going to go Cite, because these images in this particular database we can use along with any of the images in the other ones you can use as well. You just have to provide the citation. That's part of our agreement with this particular database online resource, is that we just have to provide citations when we use anything from this. So down here on my references page, I am going to Again, I'm going to enter down and I'm going to type in my because even though it's an image, I still have to cite it. So I'm going to put that there and then I'm going to save the image. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click download and I'm going to download that image to my computer, or I can save it to my Google Drive so that I can use that image in my project. And you can just kind of go through and see if there's other, maybe I want to use this one too. So again, I would just grab that APA citation here and put it in my references page, which is right here. And so I'm going to go, oops, I'm going to go, I'm going to go here, enter, and I'm going to make sure that my second line is indented just like that. And so now I've got my other image here, and then I can download that image and use it in my project. Okay, so those are, this is a resource that's strictly for images, but if you use images from these, which you can, you're just going to cite those as well. So let's say that I want to use one of these ebooks. Okay, so let's just say I want to use this one. I'm going to pretend like I've gone in here and gotten some information, and it's great. If I click on this little eye right here, and then I click on this cite, it's going to provide me with that APA citation for this particular ebook. Okay, so I'm going to again enter, Control V, and now I've got the citation for that book. So now I can go through here and find information from this book that I want to use in my project. And over here, you'll notice is the table of contents, so I can search through this if I want to. I can also go to, I can also just search here, but I can go to the different things, and you'll notice here's an index, so I can go to the index, so I can find a certain page or whatever I need for that, and I can use the information in that book. So lots and lots of resources here for your project. And let me just show you really quickly too. So let's say I use this website that my teacher gave me to use. So this is out on the web, so it doesn't have the same site kind of citation generator. But let's just say I'm going to use something from the clean page here. Food safety in the kitchen. Okay, so let's say I use something from this page right here. So what I'm gonna do in my Chrome extensions at the top, you should have this Cite This For Me websiter. And when you click on that and then you choose APA, let's let it generate first. So now I'm going to change it to APA. So then I would copy and paste this information right here. And I would put that in my references page over here, so that I have, whoops, so I have that in my references for my teacher. Let's see. There we go. And so now I've got all my references. The last thing I would want to do after I've got everything in here, so I've got all my images, I've got all the information in here. And if I use something from that website, I would also put that citation here, so that I have it here, and then I can put information from the website here. So I would be putting information here. Now, let's say you're like, okay, but I'm using 5 different sources. Great. You just copy and paste this, and you can and then you can change this to 4, and then you can add more information. So you just copy and paste those just like that. The last thing you would do here is put these in alphabetical order. So I would start with B, C, E, F, H, and then M. So I would put them in alphabetical order before I submit my notes and my references page to my teacher. As always, as y'all are going through this project, if you have any questions or you need any help with anything, don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can find me in the library or you can email me. I'm happy to help with anything. There are some additional documents in here that are just kind of informational in nature and just tell you about the different types of resources we have, the difference between, this one is actually really good for this particular project because it tells you the difference between um, scholarly journals, trade journals, and popular journals. So as y'all are going through for this project, you're probably going to be encountering a lot of trade journals within our online resources. So these are what you're probably going to be using a lot of. However, there may also be some scholarly and popular, but this kind of just breaks down the difference between those different journals for you within what's available in these different resources. All right, Lions, good luck with your project.